person, and it was pretty basic. It says that a landmark naming policy should require that the person have made a significant and positive contribution to the community or region. And the person should have a good reputation and character, should have high moral character. An individual must be seen to have lived a honorable, ethical, and exemplary life. And it should have broad community acceptance. It didn't say to have total, unanimous community acceptance, but broad community acceptance. And I feel that Mr. Yuli's nomination or consideration for renaming of the City Hall, it does have broad community acceptance. So I just want to just cover just a couple of items about Mr. Yuli and his character. He is a veteran, an honorably discharged veteran of the Vietnam era. He's had decades of community service, impeccable service as the post office, law enforcement, and 16 years on this dais here at City Hall. He was a deacon in his church, and I feel that his Christian values is what made his family values so impeccable. And you know about his family values. He's a patriot of the highest caliber. You know, he's a veteran, and 5 of his sons served in the military, an honorably discharged veteran, either the Army or the United States Marine Corps. And I just want to end it with what God says about the matter. In Micah, 6th chapter and the 8th verse, it says that He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does God requires of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly before your God. That is John W.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
All right, Mr. Blue.
I can't believe I got to go behind Miss Yvonne's Mr. Ford. Good evening to the board.
Good evening.
Stephen Blue, address 519 Taylor Avenue, Livo. I don't know what else to say behind Mr. Ford. Mr. Yuli, I consider Mr. Yuli as someone who had the trifecta in life: a family man, a public servant, and a community activist. And he was a God-fearing man.
Amen.
Someone we all respected. Mr. Ford said it well. I know my councilwoman, I haven't spoken to you, Councilwoman Robinson. I would just say this, I humbly respect you and ask that you support renaming of the City Hall as well as everyone else up here. In the interest of time, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Williamson, do you want to speak on this matter?
Yes. I look over here because they look at me and say they're going to put me in jail. Linda Williams, 514 Southwest Lincoln. I too have very admired Mr. Yuli. Mr. Yuli was extremely close friend of mine. He's coming in. He called and said whatever. And as he sits here on this board, I've come to sit here and listen to him numerous of times about things that he was implementing into the city. So it's nothing personal about Mr. Yuli. It's that I love the man. I would love to see him get recognition. That's not my problem. I lost lots of friends out here. They don't even speak to me anymore. I lost lots of people who they don't even talk to me anymore. It's politics. This is politics. This is not about Linda, about my whatever, but it's about being fair and honest to each and every individual. My reasoning for that, you do the research. You are looking at personal as your feelings about the building. But you know, think about Heritage Park. He was very inspirational into Heritage Park. He had to vote for Heritage Park. So why don't you consider naming Heritage Park as John Yuli's Park? Have you ever considered that? instead of a building? That would be more accessible than a building with his name on it. The building you talked about over here, he was not the only person who voted to get that building. There's been several people who have come to me when I sit there and have come to me since I sit out here saying, Linda, you have said that this would not ever, about building names. We sit there and we agreed that we wouldn't do this. The county's not doing it. So why would you sit here and take the stand to put someone's name on a building? Because it's Mr. Yulee's name on the building today. It could be Mr. Hobaloo's name on a building tomorrow. The next week, somebody else's name. There are not enough buildings here in the city of Live Oak for you to do that. So why would you take away, and there's been several people have asked about their names going onto streets and the buildings. The ordinance says no. So I'm asking you to consider, we talked about putting something else that you can recognize them with, but if you do that, you're opening up, like I told you before, you're opening up a can of worms. You cannot, and I love the man, his family. We were close, I don't know what happened, but this, whatever. But it's nothing to do personal about Mr. Yulee, it's nothing about our friendship, but it's about the building itself. It's a historical building, and why don't you who sit here give them some information and tell them what's going to happen once you put Mr. Yulee's name on that building. Talk about it. Tell them what it is. And I would love to see something, recognition, but that is, you're not being very fair to the rest of the people. And I'm just asking you to reconsider putting his name on that building. I'm asking you to look at the other people as well, if you don't put somebody's name on that building. That's all.
All right, thank you. No more public comment, so the pleasure of the council regarding the first reading of ordinance 1543, an ordinance of the city of Live Oak, Florida, naming the former city hall as the John W. Yulee Building.
I'll offer motion that we move on this first reading and the renaming of this building.
Okay, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign? Aye. So that's 4 with Ms. Robinson standing. So first reading is approved of ordinance 1543, 4-1.
That's all right.
Without any further business, can we get
Got a little bit. When I came into this meeting tonight, I wanted to bring some positivity to the meeting. We always try to look for some. So just to let everybody know, the lights on 90 and 129 are now up and running. We've upgraded everything, and now we can prepare for the upcoming Christmas and season and all. Putting things back like they used to be prior to the storms. So we have the lights up now and going. That's positivity. That's one of the best things that's happened lately. We're still working on the hole down here on the street. The DOT don't have any real answers on that yet. And we're also still praying that we get that grant to mitigate the flooding. So I haven't heard anything back from that part. I appreciate everybody coming tonight, expressing your concerns, and for showing up.
Hold on, one more thing, Mr. President. I have checked, we do have city limit signs,
Okay, thank you.
129 north and south, and 90 east and west. I think we wrote that one time before, but I have checked, so we do have that. Yes, sir.
All right, anything further? We'll get a motion.
So move.